Did you know there are over 125,000 pool service businesses in the United States? That's more than the number of McDonald's, Starbucks, and Subway locations combined, and the vast majority of them are tiny. We're talking one person, one truck, and a route. Today, we're breaking down exactly who those businesses are and what it means for you. According to Pool Corporation's 2024 annual report, that's the largest pool products distributor in the world, the U.S. pool industry has roughly 125,000 businesses. About 100,000 of those are mobile service contractors. Another 8,000 plus are independent pool supply retailers competing with Leslie's. And around 10,000 are pool builders handling new construction and renovations. This is a massive, sprawling industry made up almost entirely of small businesses. The backbone of the entire industry is the solo operator. One technician, one truck, one route. Pool Corp's filings describe the typical customer as a one-man-and-a-truck operation. We estimate 60% or more of all pool service businesses fit this profile. They serve anywhere from 50 to 150 residential accounts. They do their own billing, their own customer service, and their own chemical runs. They are the industry. The next tier is 2 to 10 employees. These are owner-operators who've hired a tech or two to expand their route. Revenue typically runs between $300,000 and $1.5 million a year. They often serve 100 to 400 residential accounts, plus some light commercial work. This is the most common growth stage. You've proven the business, you're adding staff, and you're building systems. A lot of guys get stuck here because operations get complicated fast. Mid-size companies, 10 to 50 employees, represent less than 5% of all pool service businesses, but they punch way above their weight. At this scale, you have dedicated office staff, field supervisors, and you're bidding on HOA contracts and commercial accounts. Revenue can run from $1.5 million to $8 million annually. These are the companies that private equity is starting to look at very closely. Large companies with 50-plus employees are rare, fewer than 1% of the industry. But they're regional powerhouses. Multi-market operations, $8 million or more in annual revenue, and they're the primary targets for PE roll-ups. Think about what it takes to get there. Years of systematized operations, strong management benches, and often multiple acquisitions. These businesses look more like a logistics company than a pool route. When people think of pool service franchises, they usually think of ASP, America's Swimming Pool Company, or Poolworks, or Pool Scouts. These brands offer training, systems, and marketing in exchange for royalty fees that typically run 5 to 8% of revenue. But here's the thing. Independent operators make up over 95% of all pool service businesses. Customers in this industry choose based on trust and personal relationships, not brand names. That's a huge advantage for independents who actually show up and do great work. Pool service businesses are not spread evenly across the country. Florida is number one by a wide margin. It has the highest pool density per capita in the nation. California comes in second, with over 1.2 million residential pools. Texas is third and growing fast, especially in DFW, Houston, and Austin. Arizona rounds out the top 4 as a year-round outdoor market. These 4 states alone account for the majority of all pool service businesses in the country. If you're in one of them, you're in the right place. One of the most distinctive things about pool service is how easy it is to get started. You don't need a storefront, you don't need a college degree. You need a truck, some basic equipment, chemicals, and the willingness to learn. Pool Corporation notes that the low capital requirements are a defining feature of the industry's fragmentation. Local relationships matter more than brand, and geographic limitations cap how big any single operator can realistically get. These factors combine to keep the industry wide open for new entrants and keep it perpetually fragmented. The flip side of low barriers to entry is high early-stage churn. Many new pool service businesses don't make it past the first 2 years, not because the market isn't there, but because they get the pricing wrong, skip the systems, or can't handle customer acquisition. The good news? Operators who survive and build proper operations tend to thrive. PHTA data shows that 86% of established pool service companies either maintained or grew their staff in 2023. The market rewards the operators who get the fundamentals right. Private equity has noticed this industry. The combination of recession-resistant revenue, fragmented competition, and recurring monthly billing is catnip for roll-up strategies. Pool Corporation itself serves roughly 125,000 professional customers through 456 sales centers. That's about 274 service businesses supported per wholesale hub. That density tells you exactly how packed the market is with small operators. PE firms are quietly acquiring regional platforms and bolting on smaller routes. It's still early innings, but the trend is accelerating. Here's the most surprising stat of all. We estimate that roughly 80% of pool service operators run their business without any specialized software, no route management, no automated billing, no CRM. They're using a combination of spreadsheets, paper, and memory. That's a massive opportunity for operators who adopt tech early and for companies like Pool Dial that are built specifically for this industry. The operators who get organized now will be the ones who can scale, sell, or simply stop working nights and weekends. If you're curious what your route is actually worth, whether you're thinking about selling, buying, or just trying to understand your business better, head over to our free pool route calculator at pooldial.com, Pool Route Calculator. You'll get an instant estimate based on your account count, average monthly revenue, and service type. No sign-up required, just the answer you need. So what does all this fragmentation actually mean for you as a pool service operator? A few things. First, the low barriers that filled this industry with 125,000 competitors also mean you can start or expand without a ton of capital. Second, your local reputation still beats any national brand. Customers in this business want to know you. Third, if you build a well-run operation, you'll have acquisition buyers lining up. And fourth, because most operators aren't using software, adopting the right tools is one of the fastest ways to pull ahead of the competition. Let's recap the numbers. There are 125,000 plus pool service businesses in the United States. About 100,000 are service contractors, most of them solo or very small. The top 4 states, Florida, California, Texas, and Arizona, hold the bulk of the market. Roughly 80% of operators still run without specialized software. Private equity consolidation is picking up, but local operators still have the relationship advantage. This is a big, fragmented, growing industry, and there's still plenty of room to build something real. If this breakdown was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more pool industry data and business tips every week. We cover pricing, hiring, software, valuations, and everything else you need to run a smarter pool service business. And drop a comment below. How many accounts does your company currently service? I'd love to see where everyone is at. See you in the next one.